Everybody, I'm Norm Green. I'm the chairman of the Chautauqua County Democratic Committee. This is not about politics, but it's politics to get the person on the ballot. This Saturday, the Chautauqua County Democratic Committee will be meeting. The search committee has met, and today's candidate has been the person who we've selected and will nominate this Saturday for Chautauqua County Executive. From that point in time, it'll be the role, after we get the candidate on the ballot, it'll be the role of the candidate to get themselves elected, and politics will end. And we're really so excited about the candidate that we have this year. We're excited about the team that we're putting together, and this Saturday we'll do the nomination process as is required by law and by party rule, and we'll get moving. We have a coordinated campaign manager that we put in place this year, and it's my great honor to introduce a young man from Fredonia who we recruited to be the coordinated campaign manager for the 2017 campaign, and that's Dan Witcher. Dan.
Good afternoon. It's a great day today here in Mayville. We managed to avoid the rain, hopefully. I now would like to introduce former Mayor of Fredonia, Steve Keefe, who's going to tell us a little bit about our candidate, Mike Ferguson.
I've known Mike for a lot of years, and the thing about Mike, as an individual, he's a visionary. As a professional, he's a problem solver. His job has been to go in to sports associations, remediate, identify, solve problems, and that's been his career. And what better career could you have for somebody that wants to step into the leadership role in Chautauqua County? Mike's married to Diane St. George Ferguson, and if you know the name St. George, it's synonymous with leadership, entrepreneurship, and one of the leading families in the Fredonia area. They have 5 children, and we have Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
Rhonda? Rhonda's not here. Oh, right. Andy's not here, of course. He's probably cruising somewhere.
Yes,
Lindsay?
Nope.
Oh, no.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Welcome. Diane has been a teacher for special needs students for 37 years. She's recently retired and enjoying retirement, but she's got the magical touch of what it takes, right, to be a special education teacher, right, Dave? You know what I'm talking about. You're married to a woman that does the same job, so you can relate to that. Why do I support Mike Ferguson? For a couple of reasons, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the tale of 2 county executives. As a legislator, I worked under 2 county executives. Mark Thomas came in as a visionary. Mark Thomas knew that if you had facilities ready for industry to move in, industry would move in. And he had ready-made factories ready to go. When he ran into the problem of a surplus of tires in Chautauqua County, a lot of people would have taken different actions. Mark Thomas bought bundlers, systems that you could bind tires together and use them to build infrastructure. That's a visionary. When it came to the local property tax and the impact that Medicaid had on the property tax, Mark Thomas went to Albany, leading both Democrats and Republicans, to put a cap on the rising taxes due to Medicaid. I worked under Greg Edwards also. The 2 things I would say about Greg Edwards is his goal was to sell off our assets. He was going to defund the sheriff's department, do away with road patrol, and probably his greatest claim to fame was to build a factory in Asheville without any water. Here again, a good reason, to go for a visionary. Now, I wasn't going to go in this direction, but recently I've been looking at the front page of the Observer, and on the front page of the Observer, we have our congressman on a regular basis embracing somebody that's running for county executive. I think we have a commitment to hold people accountable. We have a congressman who's talking about water and the importance of water in Lake Erie and what he's going to do, and yet he voted for a bill to do away with the Clean Water Act. He's voted away the EPA funding. When I talk about Medicaid, the impact doing away with the Affordable Care Act is going to have a huge impact on the Medicaid expenses in New York State. That's going to impact our property taxes again. Now, I'm not saying that anybody in the county is responsible for what the congressman is doing, but at the same time, whoever is going to be our county executive has an obligation to tell the congressman when he's wrong and compliment him when he's right. Thank you.
Now, I would like to introduce Jamestown resident and attorney Chuck D'Angelo.
Good afternoon, and thank you all for coming in support of my longtime friend, Mike Ferguson. My name is Chuck D'Angelo. I'm from Jamestown, New York, born and raised in Chautauqua County, and very, very proud of it. I personally dealt with Mike for a number of years, probably 20 plus, maybe 30, on a number of his projects. He's energetic, he's a team builder, and he works across party lines. We need somebody like Mike Ferguson that can work with employees, taxpayers, and the business people in this community to build our county. His presence in Jamestown over the years makes him familiar with the dynamics of the economy of the city of Jamestown and the people who live there. He's lived in Dunkirk and Fredonia for a lot of years, and as a candidate for county executive, he knows the north and south parts of our county and all the towns and villages in between, which is critical. You gotta know the people. Mike Ferguson knows the people of this county. I got to see Mike work his magic a number of years ago. He knows how to bring people together. He knows how to find the people with know-how and get them to sit down and work in unison for a project that benefits people. Most importantly, my message today is we need a county executive who's energized and has a focus on our children. I came back in 1984 to run the campaign for Stan Lundeen, and I've been here since. And I've enjoyed the presence of this community and the people that support me, and a lot of people helped me along the way. We need somebody like Mike Ferguson that's going to take care of our youth and show them that Jamestown and Chautauqua County and Dunkirk and Fredonia and Brockton and Portland and Silver Creek are the places they need to stay. They don't need to leave here. We need employment programs and internships for young people. We need to get these people matched, as Mike has envisioned, while they're here, not after they left. The program that I was involved in back in the 1970s was called the Chautauqua County Conservation Program. In 1975, we employed 600 people through Chautauqua County. It's that kind of vision, that kind of aggressive thinking about shaking up the order of things in Chautauqua County that we need. The people that worked in that program learned one fundamental point. There's dignity in work. And by the way, Chautauqua County benefited economically. When I asked Mike Ferguson, tell me what your focus is. What are you thinking? What don't you like? What do you like? What are you against? What are you for? He said, Chuck, honestly, I'm not against anything. I'm for Chautauqua County. Please support Mike Ferguson. He's the right man for the job. Thank you very much.
Now, I would like to introduce our candidate for county executive, Mike Ferguson.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. And thank you for being here. There's far too many people for me to thank, and I know I'll forget somebody. So just know that I appreciate you being here today. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge and thank all the mothers that are here today. with a special thanks to my lovely wife Diane, and also my daughter Kelly, both moms. We wish you all a happy Mother's Day this week. Today I'm here to announce that I would like to be your next Chautauqua County Executive. I will be the choice that works for you. But now we're here to discuss getting down to the business of running Chautauqua County government. I come from a true working class background. I'm not a professional politician, and I have never held office. My father, Vince, was a proud member of the Buffalo Police Force, as is my son-in-law, Michael, who was going to be here today but came down with the stomach flu. Michael was honored last Friday evening with the Buffalo Police Benevolent Association for his heroic efforts at stopping a crime, a vicious crime, that the Buffalo police face each and every day. So we're very proud of our son Michael, our son-in-law Michael, and a round of applause please for his heroics, even though he wasn't going to be here today. My stepfather John worked at the line at Ford Motor Company, putting in years of hard labor before being promoted to a security guard position within the company just before retirement. And my mother Marilyn, who also couldn't be here today, worked as medical records secretary for several doctors as well as Mercy Hospital in Buffalo, New York. My sister Cheryl was killed in the line of duty, serving as a state corrections officer. She took that position because her husband lost many of his health benefits during his fight with cancer while working as a village employee in the town of Alden. So my familiarity with working class families and the challenges they face every day is truly firsthand. Before I landed a position in professional sports, I too worked at the same Ford Motor plant in Hamburg, New York. I moved pianos for Denton, Katir, and Daniels, and built steel containers at Derrick Manufacturing, sometimes 12 hours a day. I was fortunate enough to have built a career in professional racquetball as a young touring player before joining Rich Baseball Operations as the minor league general manager for our Jamestown Jammers. From there, I was fortunate to become vice president of Buffalo Blizzard at HSBC Arena and the oldest professional soccer team in America, the Wichita Wings, as well as director and general manager of the Jamestown Savings Bank Arena, now known as Northwest Arena in Jamestown, New York. Still others may know of my work with Fredonia Place, assisted living and memory care community, where we have raised the average occupancy rate as high as 100% during my first 2 years, and where the annual employee turnover has dropped from 48% to less than 12% also in those first 2 years. Still others may remember me from my time on the stage with my good friend Dan Delper and the Bemis Bay Pops. My career has taken me across the country, and in some cases around the world, but we always come back to Chautauqua County, New York as my base. I have worked in and experienced all four corners of the county and know the many issues that we face. And I am worried about the future of the family structure in our country. Working families are not valued for what we bring to the table, the products that we create, nor the people that we serve. We struggle not only to put food on our tables, but to keep roofs over our heads. And while many have chosen to leave New York State, those of us who have chosen to stay are burdened with carrying the increase in property tax left in the wake. We have many workers who want jobs, but fall just short of some qualifications. I will collaborate with our area's educational systems, SUNY Fredonia, Jamestown Community College, Jamestown Business College, MTI, the STEM programs, and others to bring the curriculum needed by incoming students to allow them to stay after graduation and begin their lives here in Chautauqua County, New York. We will pair incoming companies with students that fulfill the company's needs. But the concerns about job and work ethic doesn't just begin at the college level. I promise to work side by side with Chuck D'Angelo and area education leaders to create a program focused on creating educational opportunities and new jobs for young people in high school and even middle schoolers, designed to instill and enhance work skills during the summertime when there's really not many opportunities for them to look at their future. We've created a huge gap in the skilled workforce that needs to be filled, and we can fill it with the students that know that these opportunities lie ahead in their futures. We will look outside the box of traditional employment at technological companies that are willing to expand and develop in the Northeast. And we will welcome alternative energy exploration in solar and wind. And I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to congratulate the graduating students from all of our colleges and high schools who will be celebrating their accomplishments this weekend. Speaking of workers, we need to sit down with our brothers and sisters in labor and listen to the people that have helped build this great country. Because they will be the men and women that help our community to build the new companies, the new homes, the new businesses that we plan on bringing to Chautauqua County. And with that, they will have a voice in Mike Ferguson. I will develop a plan to reinvigorate and revisit the shovel-ready industrial parks, so we're not caught short, so we're ready for a seamless transition from negotiation to grand opening. A plan to bring our farms back to life and investigate the possibility of developing a true organic food hub currently unavailable anywhere in New York State, but being designated throughout the country. We will bring Chautauqua County's bounty to the people of New York and the surrounding states, satisfying the desire and the needs of families that are ripe for fresh foods and organic foods grown right here in Chautauqua County. I'm already in touch with several companies that are ripe for expansion in the food processing business. Why not bring them here to our own backyard? Our county is the largest Concord grape growing region in the entire world, and the world needs to know of its availability. I don't believe that there's not a demand for the Concord grape. The Chautauqua County wineries are winning gold medals all over the world with grapes grown right in our own backyard. And congratulations to Sheridan's Liberty Vineyards for being named New York State's Winery of the Year in 2016. As former president of the Chautauqua County Visitors Bureau, I've experienced so many great attractions. Panama Rocks, the Chautauqua Bell, and soon a National Comedy Center. We welcome the world to our own Chautauqua institution, where we are experiencing a new vision and fresh ideas through our new president, Michael Hill. We have outstanding business people who've invested their monies in the belief that they have in Chautauqua County. The Webb family, celebrating 75 years of Webb's restaurant just down the street. The Madam family and DFT Communications in Fredonia. And our good friends Dan and Sue Delpra, who are celebrating 30 years of the Italian Fisherman and 20 years of bringing the arts to the people through the Bemis Bay Pops. But we must address the areas where we need to improve. One of those areas is the opioid and drug problem rampaging through our communities. It's truly a crisis that is challenging law enforcement, and those officials need our continued support to battle against those bringing our communities and our families to our knees. I have spoken to several law enforcement officials that have shared their concerns. And I believe we have developed a plan to attack the three-headed monster called drugs. a plan to crush the manufacturers, arrest the dealers, and aid the addict who has so much to lose in the end. I cannot stress enough the importance of working with our county's mental health officials and listening to the issues they face, and truly make inroads to develop treatments that work. We also cannot stress enough the importance of clean water in our county. Whether it's Lake Erie or Chautauqua Lake, having grown up as a child enjoying Lake Erie as a place where kids and families played, and now enjoying as an adult Chautauqua Lake. I was struck when Dunkirk's First Ward Councilman Don Williams made a simple yet prophetic statement. We drink this stuff. It's very important to us. We've seen tremendous redevelopment in the Buffalo waterfront. The building of Canalside has brought young executives and families back to Buffalo, bringing new development, redeveloping buildings that have sat empty for years. I grew up there. I saw it, and frankly never believed that we would be where we are today in Western New York. From Hanover to Dunkirk to Ripley, we have 50 miles of lakeside shoreline that we need to preserve, yet develop into a thriving resource center for all of the communities they serve. If it can happen in Buffalo, New York, it can happen here in Chautauqua County. I believe there are opportunities to bring new jobs to our community. I also believe that government doesn't create jobs. We create the atmosphere that is conducive to creating new jobs, and we will do that. We'll provide a wage that gives dignity and hope to families and future generations, and a means to fulfill the educational needs of the incoming worker who merely needs maybe a re-education to obtain the jobs they're otherwise qualified to hold. Revitalize Chautauqua County, it means we need to reinvest back into our county. It means giving our people the opportunity to live the American dream. Whether it's a good paying job that allows a father or a mother to give a better life to their children and themselves, or properly identifying and supporting qualified people who have a dream of building their own businesses in their own communities, thereby improving the quality of life for so many people. We need to take a new approach to attracting new business, thinking outside of the box at sectors that we may not have addressed in the past. Yet we need to be constant communications with the many companies that call Chautauqua County home. We've been disconnected. We need to make sure that we are listening, that we are learning, and that we're seeking new opportunities for growth for them as well. Finally, we will listen to the people who elect us to office. My friend Mark Thomas used to say, I have a plan. Well, guess what? So do I. You'll see this book a lot in the next 7 months, and it truly is a plan to help make Chautauqua County an even better place than it's been for all of us for all these years. Mark's plan was to listen to his constituents, the people who have chosen to live and work and raise their children here in Chautauqua County. I will be going door to door to listen to you, to hear your needs, your challenges, your ideas, your solutions, so that we can give you faith and confidence that we're working with, but more importantly, we are working for you. We will also launch a new initiative called the Business Walking Tour, where we will invest time to learn about all of the companies that call our community home. We will listen, we will learn, and we will communicate, because that is what works. It's time for Chautauqua County to be proactive rather than reactive to our business community and our business leaders. And that's a promise I make to you. We need to be good stewards of our taxpayers' monies and spend it wisely. That's why you elect us, to make good decisions that will pay off in dividends for many years to come. We need good jobs to retain good people and retain good families in Chautauqua County. I will leave no stone unturned in my search for the jobs that make Chautauqua County work for you. I feel I have the tools for the job, and I would be proud to represent Chautauqua County as your next county executive. But finally, I cannot do it alone. Whether you volunteer or participate, most important in the voting booth, we need your help. We need you to become a member of our team. Together, we can make the choices that work for you. Together, we can make Chautauqua County even better than it has been for so many years. Thank you for your time. God bless Chautauqua County. And God bless America. Thank you.
Campaign that runs on time. It's 2:30.
It's a secret.
Okay, well, he's excusing everyone. Really quickly, actually, you guys be pretty happy with your